Hello, this is English Shorthand channel and the shorthand dictation speed is 100 words per minute, which is very helpful for all types of governmental competitive exam. Seconds. Ready, start. I do not suggest that we should do without adequate and healthy food, but I see no reason why we should put up with circumstances which allow the wastage of food. It is difficult enough to plan our own housekeeping. To take charge of housekeeping for the entire nation is therefore a very intricate and difficult matter indeed. The basic issue before the house is whether we can entrust this vital and important matter to free enterprise and an absolutely free market. Today, the conception of free enterprise and an absolutely free market is out of date because an economy based on them soon becomes unmanageable. In a country like India, where resources are limited and have to be stretched to capacity, we cannot let free enterprise and an absolutely free market dominate the scene. That does not mean that we should wipe out the free market completely, but we have necessarily to control the basic economy of the country at strategic level. That especially applies to food. The nature of government control should depend on the existing circumstances. We cannot easily discuss this as it concerns factual data. I should like to give the House a parallel from the army. The function of an army is to control a particular area or state. He would indeed be a foolish general who would spread his army in every village of the area and try to control every independent individual. The situation could be controlled more effectively if he were to concentrate only at strategic points. This applies to our policy of food distribution also. We cannot allow powerful forces to upset the basis on which we plan to act. It remains to be considered, however, what the strategic points in regard to food distribution are. Also, we must not formulate our policy on the presumption that nothing untoward will happen and that there will always be a good harvest. Take Pakistan. For instance, Pakistan flourished like the green tree in regard to food for 3 years or more. Then prices shot up because of the Korean War. Pakistan made a lot of money and a very unfavorable comparisons were made between India and Pakistan in respect to the food situation. It is not for me to criticize the policy of the Pakistan government. I do not know the details, but it is obvious that a single bed harvest has thrown the administration completely out of gear. They have had a hard time in regard to food. Here is a country with a considerable surplus of food suddenly forced with a heavy deficit and forced to have recourse to importing food from the far corners of the earth. Therefore, we cannot afford to base our policy merely on hopes. Let us realize that the Other question to be considered is the application of strategic controls or the periodical relaxation of non-strategic controls. Although this a detail, it has an important bearing on the actual working out of an effective policy of food distribution. It does not necessarily follow that a single policy will answer the needs of the whole country. Conditions vary in different states and has to adapt oneself to them. Although the basic approach must remain uniform, its implementation will necessarily depend on internal factors peculiar to the state in question. When one of these factors happens to be food, it has to be considered very carefully indeed. I heard the other day that one of our state governments was taking action against a large number of young boys for a petty offense like carrying a handful of rice or wheat from here to there. When a state is constrained to spend all its administrative energy on catching little boys, there is something wrong in its method of approach. There is nothing wrong with control, but there is something wrong with wasting energy on trivial offenses while the major offenders get away. It is far better to impose some kind of regulation which, if I may repeat, gives the state governments more control over the strategic points than to catch hold of boys and girls for technical breaches. There is a tendency in each state to consider itself as something different from the rest, but the poor people living on the borders of the states probably have no such distinction feeling. They may have their relatives on one side and the nearest market on the other side of the border. It would therefore be natural for them to want to cross over, so the less we upset the normal functions on the border, the better it will be. We would avoid arising situations which do not in any way help our basic economy and are only a needless burden. It must be made perfectly clear that at the present moment our concern is not with rice and wheat. We are dealing specifically with millets, which constitute a considerable portion of our food consumption. Millets are normally produced for local consumption and have therefore not been distributed on as large a scale as rice and wheat have been.